It's time now for the Giants Sports Talk Live preview show.
Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, late afternoon, and that means we're approaching game time. Your San Francisco Giants taking on the San Diego Padres, another one at Petco Park. It'll be game number 3 in a 4-game series. We're looking to win the series, but it's going to take back-to-back victories starting tonight after a 5-1 setback last night, a game which saw Nick Pivetta dealing. He moves to 13-4, and I had a bad feeling. I mentioned it in the morning report. Kai Tang, I was hoping you'd get a couple of innings. They stretched him into the third, and that's when things got a little dicey. He went 3 1/3, and into the fourth inning when things kind of opened up, the floodgates, so to speak. 3 runs, 3 hits, a walk, and 4 Ks on the night. And I mentioned to Eric on the show last night, our Giants Sports Talk Live post-game report, that Kai Tang only has 12 strikeouts this season. Only 12. 12 Ks all year! And I know it's a small sample size, but a 1-3 record, only 12 strikeouts, that's just not cutting it for me. And they had to use up the bullpen last night. Bivens, Gage, and Seymour. In fact, you won't see Seymour tonight. He went 3 innings in the game last night. Again, it was a 5-1 loss as the Giants fall to 61-65. Already underway early in the contest. I don't have a score to report, but Colorado hosting the LA Dodgers. Colorado only has 36 wins. But hey, when you go up against a 72-win LA Dodger team, anything can happen. And it did just 2 days ago. So you never know. They have a series underway, a game underway today, got underway short time ago. And I don't have a score to report on that one. But you never know. You never know. That's, as Eric would say, my buddy, my pal, my co-host on Giants Sports Talk Live, post-game edition. It's baseball. Got to show up, got to play. And in football, they call it any given Sunday. So let's see what happens there as the Dodgers are starting to run away in the division. 72 wins as opposed to 54 losses. The Padres, I mean, they're keeping somewhat pace at 70-56, but this is a big game for the Giants tonight as Roup will get the start. 7-6 with a 3.45 ERA. What do you think? I think Roup has played pretty well and has been effective. And you got to consider he just came off the injured list a short time ago, and he really has picked up, in my opinion, right where he left off. So if you get Roup things from Roup tonight, he takes a 7-6, 3.45 ERA into that game. Hey, maybe we're competitive. Maybe we can pull out a win in this 6:40 start down at Petco. Now, a lot of buzz around the Bay Area talking about this game and the starter, J.P. Sears. A lot of people were saying, Glenny, how come that name is so familiar? Well, he was a pitcher for the Sacramento A's, and that's where I think his 7-10 and 5.12 ERA might fool you a little bit. People look at the numbers, and I know baseball's a numbers game, and I think you can fall into a trap. J.P. Sears, 7 wins, 10 losses, 5.12 ERA, called up, going to play in that game tonight at Petco. But you got to factor in a lot of his numbers coming a little bandbox over there in Sacramento. It's a tiny stadium as far as the fan base. You feel enclosed. Just it feels small. It may have somewhat major league sight lines and stuff, but come on. It is what it is. So I know I talked to somebody earlier today, and I equated it to the long ball just because the Giants think they've got a 40 home run guy. Well, he's on pace for 40. Yeah, well, now he's playing half of his games at Oracle Park. You know, I'm just making this up, but you get the gist of it. A guy plays in a certain environment, it can affect his play. So we'll see what happens tonight. Landon Roup 7-6 against J.P. Sears 7-10. And may I make one more observation? I know you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it, guys. JP Sears, just want to throw out, he's a lefty. Giant Sports Talk Live will be on the air post-game tonight. Eric and I, my co-host Eric Romo, yours truly, Glenn, we will talk about what transpires in the coming few hours in game number 3 of the Padres and the Giants series. Want to thank all our sponsors, too, that make Giants Sports Talk Live a reality. Lets us bring the show to you now 3 times daily. We've got the morning report, the pregame, and the postgame.
Giant Sports Talk Live, brought to you by Lefties in Burlingame. Visit Lefties for all of your Giants collecting needs. By GenesisGoldIRA.com, signatures for soldiers. Duxwell Printing, for all of your printing needs in the Bay Area. Visit Duxwell Printing at 37 Wentworth Place in San Francisco. And by BetterCreditCards.com, for the best credit card choice for you. Visit BetterCreditCards.com, covering the San Francisco Giants nightly. Online, we are Giant Sports Talk Live. Now, back to Eric and Glenn.
Yes, sirree. Thank you, Ian. And you can join Eric and I together for Giants Sports Talk Live, the post-game report. What did you think of the lineup? I'm going to take a look at what tonight's projected lineup is. We're still waiting for tonight. At least I'm waiting for tonight's lineup to drop. But I have the projected lineup. Casey Schmidt last night, moving into the cleanup spot the last few days anyway. Casey Schmidt, I always call it chasing the tail, chasing wins. The guy is, he's been somewhat productive, but they move him in to the 4-hole where he had 4 hits. I should say 4 at-bats. Beg your pardon. 4 at-bats yesterday, and he struck out 3 times. So I don't think the Giants should fall into a trap of just, I call it Little League ball. I've called it that in the postgame show several times, many a time, in fact, that you can't play Sandlot rules. Well, you played well, so you're going to lead off. Come on, just give me a solid lineup. Get the guys hitting where they should be. I think Wilmer Flores deserves more playing time. He's great off the bench, but he's been productive when he gets his opportunities. And there are people, and I'm going to back my guy, Wilmer Flores, right here on the show in the pregame, because people have said, oh, Wilmer, he got off to such a great start. He's a bum. Where would we be right now if it hadn't been for Wilmer? And are you telling me Wilmer's the only guy who goes into any kind of a slump this year? Come on. Last night, Jung-Hoo Lee had a couple of hits, Dom Smith and Wilmer with single shots, but we're going to have to get some hits together. We're going to have to put some bat on the ball tonight against JP Sears on a 78-degree evening over at Petco Park. I'm really looking forward to the game. Again, as we approach game time, here's what I have as the projected lineup against JP Sears. Ramos in left field, Casey Schmidt at third, Devers back at first place, where I got to admit, he is starting to fill in that position quite nicely, getting used to that big glove, the big mitt over there, and he's starting to feel a little better. At short, Willie Adames. Wilmer in the DH role. Good to see that if it transpires. Jung-Hoo Lee in center, Fitzgerald in right. It's been an interesting transition. Fitzgerald kind of fitting in there quite nicely. Koss, who had an error last night, expected to play second base tonight. And Patrick Bailey. Oh boy, Patrick Bailey behind the dish and catching. And of course, he's always listed as the Giants switch hitter. He's really not. He can't hit from the right side. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know about you. I'm going to get myself a couple of chicken wings, get a fresh Pepsi, a soda, get ready for the game. It's coming up soon. We've got the San Francisco Giants, game number 3 of 4 against the Padres. Always an exciting matchup. I don't know about you guys, but when these two teams meet, to me, it's almost as big and exciting a rivalry as the Giants-Dodgers. Why? I just enjoy watching these two teams do battle. And tonight, it's a road game, so I'll be firing up the radio KNBR, and it'll also be on the MLB package here in the Bay Area, I believe. So I'm going to flip it on, listen to some baseball, have it on the TV on the big screen, and enjoy it. And Eric and I will join you. Coming up after the game tonight, we'll talk about it, dissect it, your involvement. Greatly appreciated. So tune in on the Twitter, known as X, or traditionally, where you can find, most of you find us anyway, the YouTube. Search Giant Sports Talk Live each and every evening. If you haven't hit the like, subscribe, we invite you to do that. You don't have to, but we would appreciate it. So once again, I'm settling in. Almost game time. We'll see you post-game tonight for another edition of Giants Sports Talk Live. Go Giants.
You've been watching the Giants Sports Talk Live preview show, a Northern Lights Entertainment production.